So yes, another episode number 7. Excuse me. Welcome Tuesday. A lot going on. A lot building up to what I guess towards this election, towards I guess I'm just gonna get right to it. But as of today, definitely what hit news was the you knew it, you know it, the Hunter Biden. Yes, everybody. He got charged today with those gun charges. Same spiel, opposite party, very almost glorifying the fact that the president's son was charged with gun charges, which is kind of ironic because when you really think about it, the story goes, and, it's even, if you go back when Joe Biden was doing his thing um, as a senator, he pushed a lot for these gun charges. So a lot of felonies going towards people in the same situation. So I mean, like I said the other night, it wasn't. I'm not trying to glorify the fact that this guy is did what he did, but I mean, it's obvious. I mean, these pictures are showing just exactly what what happened, and I mean, this guy literally went off the deep end and lost his computer, and because the story goes back on that computer. The computer was turned into a shop to get fixed. Hunter Biden forgot about this computer. So, I mean, obviously, whoever was running this shop, um, whoever was running this shop pretty much gave heads up, hey, there's computers here, and, you know, however, or whoever got a hold of the computer and then took it from there and then pretty much exposed everything that's on the computer, which is what you see here, is, just a little bit of it. Like I said, I'm not even trying to glorify, um, I'm not trying to glorify this guy. Um, but what I am just pointing out is that, everybody's human. You know, everybody has, different things going on with their family. So obviously this was, um, after the fact, it was foul play for them, give building up. So, obviously it can go against President Biden's reelection bid. So, I mean, what I'm pointing out is just the obvious. And, it's sad because this family did suffer quite a bit, with them having a loss. And, obviously all this is coming to light. But I still believe there is some responsibility with Joe Biden because this is his son. Um, so I mean, I don't have any fault for him because I feel, you know, they're very well off. So I mean, most cases where I believe that people have money and they get into trouble when it comes to felonies, and this is beyond misdemeanors. So usually when you get to felony charges, you're pretty much on this other level. So I guess what I'm saying is that, I mean, he got caught up, and then, you know, it's just sad, because like I said, on top of it is, you got a president's son who's just dealing with a lot with his past. I mean, I don't know. When you really think about it, like I said, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because both sides are bringing it up, and it's big news right now. Um, I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't even go around it. It's on every news channel. I just wanted to give my take on it that, every family has things that happen, and this obviously got out. It definitely caught up with the family. Joe Biden's going through a reelection. This is definitely going to be damaging because it just contradicts what like I said, when he was a senator, he really pushed a lot for these felony charges you know for people at the time that did get caught, with weapons, and say if you get caught with coke, or you get caught with coke, and then you get caught with a weapon, obviously that's not a good thing. So you know whatever, it happened. On to the next. um the next thing I had wanted to talk uh about was the Jake Paul. So yeah, Jake Paul is still fighting Mike Tyson, but Mike Tyson, they're fighting on a later date, which I thought is kind of weird. Um what I think is kind of weird about that one is, I mean, uh how can I put it? So yeah, so Jake Paul, and you have Mike Perry. Mike Perry obviously is from Bare Knuckle. So that fight is filling in. I don't really get this fight. I don't understand it. I just don't. I mean, I don't know why Mike Perry. Um, I don't think Mike Perry really has anything to prove on this end. This is just my personal deal. Um, Mike Perry is a bare knuckle fighter, and he's very good at it. And I'm a strong believer in just staying within your realm. I believe. I mean, I think he found a very good place for himself, and he's very successful at being a bare knuckle fighter. Um, him being a bare knuckle fighter has given him a lot of opportunities for other things, which I think that's where this fell through, or this came through as in another opportunity. Um, the opportunity itself, though, I just don't get it. I really have no interest in it. I think it's cool that it is gonna happen. I mean, but I'm not rushing to say, "Oh, yeah," I can't wait to see Mike Perry and Jake Paul, the fight of the century. No, it's just like a fill-in because, Jake Paul is trying to fight a 57, 58-year-old man that apparently had some type of medical s I wouldn't say a scare, but he something definitely happened which delayed it. Um, but the man is 57, 58. I don't get it. And then on top of that, Jake Paul is, so I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like he's just like it's like I just hope that he can um still be successful, I guess, in whatever he's doing, because I'm not gonna hate on the guy, but what I am saying though is like I just like his opponents. It's just so random. So that's the part I don't get. You know, I just don't understand that part. Um, next thing is the Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson deal. So that like I said, um nothing's really changed with that. Um so all that's still happening. Um I got it right here. So yeah, we're talking about okay. Yeah, new date November 15th. So I was wrong, and I agree. I was wrong because I did say the fight was not going to happen. I figured he would just go ahead and say, I'm not going to fight, you know? But obviously, Mike Tyson has more of a reason to fight Jake Paul. So I guess he is going to go ahead and follow through and fight Jake Paul in November, though. So Paul and Tyson. But I was kind of hyped up for the July thing because it's like right around my birthday. So I was actually looking forward to it. Um, but now it's not gonna happen till November, so I gotta wait till November to actually see it. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. Oddly enough, there was one more thing I did kind of want to go into, which was back. So this gentleman, yes, Putin. So like I went over it last time, and to go over it again is that Putin is uh, there's making some bold statements because of there's some talks of the U.S. weapons hitting targets in Russia, and they're taking it very personal. Obviously, I mean, I would too. I mean, if you're bombing my country, but um, he's making threats now, more deep, like he just like these other threats, and I take threats from this guy pretty serious. I don't take them not serious. So yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. I mean I think things are getting really tense. I do believe it is going to get a little more tense closer to the election, and like I said, I just pray that everything works out on our end in our country. Nothing. Hope nobody does anything stupid to delay anything. But I just wanted to reiterate, that these the west and the east part of the world are totally two different worlds. I lived in the east part of the world for a while. I mean it was less than a year, but I mean pretty much it was about a year, and I just wanted to add in on how like the east part of the world is just it's a very well way of living, the way they want to live over there, and when you live in a communist country like that, like it's just a different way of living. It's in a way simple, I would say, from what I understood and what I when I talked to some of the locals there. Very simple way of living. Um, with it being simple, um, I mean it was Beijing, so uh, just a very very different place. And the way they saw work and the way they saw doing things was just a very different from Americans. And I can say that for a fact. So it just brings it brings a lot to light on how two different parts of the world just look at each other totally different. And then with everything looking at each other totally different, obviously there's gonna be some odd ends, and then obviously you're gonna always hear the negative stuff before the good stuff. So, um, obviously the relations between us and China is not really good right now, obviously, um, but other things being said, I mean, China still needs our products to be bought, or we need to buy. People still buy their products. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't have the numbers on how much of products are still coming in from China that Americans buy, but I'm sure it's a lot. iPhones are still made over there. And then speaking of that, iPhones, I can go into that too as well. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to point out on how the East and the West are just different views, different struggles, different um there's just no comparison. There's just no comparison at all. I mean, when I lived I mean, I had to change a lot of things and do things a little bit differently, and I had to be respectful in a way. There's other people I knew that weren't respectful living in other countries, but I was pretty respectful. I mean, I my mom and my dad kind of taught me to be respectful, so I took it to that point of being respectful. And my dad always told me, because my dad had been overseas before, and he had told me, like, if you ever go overseas, you're not in America, you're in another country, and you got to respect their country, because you're not in their country, you're not in your country, you're not in America. Not saying you don't respect America, but people might think, oh yeah, I'm an American, I can do whatever, but that's not the case. Believe me, it's not. I mean, actually, when I was over there, I didn't really want people to know who I was or anything, because that's just the way it was. I kind of blended in when I was over there, so I didn't really not stay under the radar. I kind of more like, I mean, I was under the radar, but you still had different ways of standing out depending where you were at, what you were doing. So sometimes I would just be by myself sometimes, but not all the time, but most of the time. And then, obviously they would frown sometimes, living in another country, you don't want to be by yourself, but sometimes, I mean, you would just get lost. I had a bike, so I would just get lost in the city. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that was my time in China. So yeah, I just wanted to point out that because I mean, I feel there's going to be a lot of influence coming in these next few months. A lot of things being posted that aren't true. A lot of things that are going to be shown. Um, the next thing was the Apple introducing Chat GPT. So yeah, so if that's pretty crazy, Apple Intelligence. So yeah, Apple introduces Chat GPT to iPhone, which is crazy. This is just going on to the next level of what phones are going to be doing. I think phones are just crazy, when you really think about it. Like these phones that, AI now on your phone. But see, this is the thing where I do agree. Um, there's an author that I'm still trying to battle this book, but it's called It's based to say, like, if we were in a simulation, and the book is, well, he states a point, and the point is that the point is of search engines. Like, we have a search engine, and our search engine is right here. We type in whatever we want, and then we can look, and we don't have to really go with what the search engine tells us to go with, but it can give us suggestions. But when it gets up to Chat GPT and AI is going to be voice recognition. So when you do the voice recognition, actually you're going to be initiating what you want to be searching for. So then the Chat GPT is actually going to be in control of what your search is. So I mean, who's AI? AI is going to actually be correcting to what you should be looking at, or correcting what they suggest you should be looking at. Which I think right now the search engine for Google is, pretty straightforward. You type in what you search, and then it'll bring up. So from that, then Elon is also tending now that, so obviously Elon is pretty upset because now it's going to be a battle of AI between companies. So I don't know too much about it. I just know Elon is not really keen with Apple introducing Chat GPT or AI onto their phones. But I mean, I can just only imagine, on the next update, on us already having Chat GPT. I mean, you can literally go to another country, and then when you go to the other country, you can literally be talking English into your phone, and then when you're in another country, it's going to interpret for you. I don't know, people. It's getting crazy with this AI. It's getting really crazy with this AI. So, yeah, that was just a few things I wanted to bring up. Was that before I jumped off. But thanks for joining, Mr. Crable and Miss Mandy, and then Jeremy. Um, but yeah, I just thought that was pretty crazy. AI on our Apple phones now. So whoever knew, these phones are getting crazy. Next thing you know, you're gonna have a relationship with your phone. I mean, I think most people have relationships with their phone already. People can't live without their phones. I love being without my phone. Sometimes if I could be without my phone, I don't even mind being away from it. It's just I'm more into the present time. Like when I work out, I hate being with my phone. I actually like being without my phone because it kind of just gives me a time to like have a break from my phone. But then now it's gonna have AI. Next time when you're at a light, if you're at a light and you just stop and you look around, just stop and look at the light. Like when you're at a light and you're just there, stop and look around. I swear to God, if you can count how many people are on their phone, I bet you more than 90% of the people around you at a stoplight are on their phone. It astounds me sometimes because see now I put my phone away. I try not to even grab my phone, look at the phone. It's hard for me even too, I agree. Me being on my phone, it's an addictive thing because you just get bored. Oh, well, let me see what's on my phone. Let me see what time it is, or let me see. Um, it's annoying, and I just feel now with AI on your phone, it's gonna get even more. We're gonna get more dependable on the phone. Now we're not gonna. I mean, it's like what are we gonna actually be using our brains for? For nothing. I mean, AI is gonna do everything for us. Tell you people, I don't know. I'm not down with this whole AI thing. I am down with the humanoids, but not the AI. The humanoids is so then If I don't have kids, then I can just have humanoids. And at this point, it's probably not gonna even happen, but, uh, humanoids, is just, help the I just need some people to help me out, clean up, do some work, you know? That's another option, obviously, if the kids fall through, you know? But that even being said, that, you know, humanoids might be the future of I mean, this is my whole point, is it's almost like the AI is pretty much gonna be thinking for us, telling us what to do. They're gonna be working for us, they're gonna be moving things, they're gonna be shipping things off. I mean, they're already doing it now. Before you know it, they're gonna be people are gonna have relationships with these humanoids too. Look at that. On my reel, I had did on the females, and it was the, China Chinese humanoid factory, where was the women there. Pretty crazy. And then they're getting just more and more real. Look at them. It's crazy. Well, there's more of the other thing. Um, Look, I'll do the, Amazon. I'm sure everybody's already seen this. Uh, Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I was talking about right here. There you got these fools working. Yo, it definitely like some like that movie. The movie with Will Smith. There's gonna be cops that are humanoids. There's gonna be cops that are I mean, if they're working in warehouses now, they're gonna be doing all types of things. All I know, America needs to hurry up and get on their toes and go either finish your degree or do something, because all those low end jobs are gonna go to these humanoids. Um, I mean, just across. I mean, I still believe. I mean, people still have to maintain these things. People still have to work on these humanoids. People still have to program them, put the coding in it. So I mean, my whole thing is like, if you know coding or if you know how to program, you know a lot about software and hardware mixed in together. I mean, you might be okay in the next 20 years. When it comes to jobs, but fast food, I could see that. I could see that shit happening too. Crazy. No Chick-fil-A young teenagers, just these humanoids instead of them. It'd be almost like the where they got rid of the cash registers. So now, they only have one girl or one man or girl look over the whole 4 or 6, 8 cash registers at Home Depot. Now you self checkout. It's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. So yeah, everybody, that was episode number 7. Just wanted to come on, say a little something, something, say hello. Um, the Hunter Biden back, the Hunter Biden thing, he still hasn't, been officially charged. Well, he's been charged, but I'm saying he hasn't they haven't given him his sentence of what he's gonna how he's gonna have to serve in because obviously he's guilty of these charges, so and I hate to say it, if it was any other if he wasn't President Biden's son, I mean, he would probably end up doing probation, or I doubt he would do time. More than likely, I bet more than likely, I would feel they would probably shoot for more of paying more fines if they could and get away from and have him maybe on house arrest. I mean, he's obviously gonna have to be separated from some things I mean, there's a lot of felons that are house on house arrest, and they're only told to go to different places. They might have to put him on an ankle bracelet. So, I mean, he has a road ahead of him. That sucks, though. Have an ankle bracelet. I worked in one night in the ER. I saw somebody with two ankle bracelets. Two ankle bracelets. Not one, but two. And I was like, "Damn." And it wasn't even what you would think, like somebody that you would think would be looking it was like a 110-pound white girl that was like 5'4", 5'5". And the ankle bracelets were so, like, kinda big that they kinda hung off her skinny ankles on both ankles. She had 2 ankle bracelets. Um, but so, um, yeah, I had 2 of those. So this is probably what Hunter Biden's gonna have right here. And doot, 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 and things gonna be going off if it gets away. That still sucks because you're still being tracked. But I could see him doing something like this, or I just don't see President Biden's son doing prison or jail time, as they said, like it's up to 25 years in prison. But I doubt that would even happen. I don't think that would happen. Yeah, these aren't cool. I'm glad I just never had to wear one of these because ankle monitors are just yeah, I mean they track you. And then if then they get far away from the actual base, then obviously it goes off, and then they report you, and then you violated probation, and you're boom another few months or another 6 months or another year added on just because you violated, by walking away or not responding. Then they also have some that have they read the alcohol on you. So if you're back in the day, DWI, you actually had a, breathing machine, and if you got a DWI, more likely you get a breathing machine in there. But now you have an ankle monitor, and the ankle monitor has like a thing that measures your sweat, and it can actually tell whether you've been drinking, and it can analyze your sweat, and then it goes off, and it tells on you as well. See, AIs even though they're watching doing this, so I can only imagine maybe there'll be in the future there'll be humanoid AI probation officers, asking you to do a piss test, asking you to, to check in, talking to you, just doing normal reporting, doing pretty much case management, case management work. But yeah, All right, everybody. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming on for another episode of Tristan Shop Talk. If y'all want to shoot me a DM and even come on, maybe come out and just talk, that's cool. Hit me up. So throughout the week, I will have these episodes popping, but I'm pretty busy right now with some other things going on. So I feel stupid when I do put, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a live episode and I don't fall through. I fall through because I ended up got tied up writing or doing some work that I got caught up with, and then time doesn't even out. And I want to at least come out here with some good quality material or something, because most of like tonight I pretty much improv. Most of the time I do have a little bit, have everything outlined and kind of set up, but tonight I just wanted to come out and talk, um, and say what's up. And I'm just glad I got on here and said what's up, say what's going on. So everybody, thank you for joining and checking it out. That was pretty cool for the few people that checked it out. A lot of things still going on. Um and I know there's a lot more that till the next time I do come back on that there'll be a few more things to report. So all right, everybody. Well, y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all next time.